Hello and welcome to Buddhist Door Global's weekly news highlight. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. This week we highlight the news that Korea has resumed its annual Lantern Festival celebrating the birth of the Buddha. We'll look back at recent BDG coverage of Buddhism in South Korea, but first the news. Korea's annual Festival of Light, popularly known as the Lotus Lantern Festival and traditionally held in the spring to mark the birth of the Buddha, has once again illuminated central Seoul this month after being canceled for 2 consecutive years due to safety concerns during the ongoing pandemic. The theme of this year's Lantern Festival was the light of hope and healing in a post-pandemic era. To celebrate the Buddha's 2,566th birthday on May 8th, major Buddhist temples and an area of downtown Seoul have been illuminated by thousands of delicate paper lotus lanterns. Although related events have been held since April, the Lotus Lantern Festival proper ran for 3 days starting on May 6th, with festivities and activities continuing through to Wednesday. We lit up the lantern statue at the plaza in front of Seoul City Hall on the 5th of April from 7 p.m. to signal the start of this year's event, said an official from the Jogye Order of Korean Buddhism, Korea's largest Buddhist order. There will be various events until the 11th of May for both Koreans and foreigners to participate as they wish to return to their ordinary lives at the end of the pandemic, he also stated. A host of colorfully glowing paper lanterns have been on display at several temples throughout Seoul since the 29th of April. The annual Lotus Lantern Festival Parade, which usually sees more than 100,000 lanterns borne along a 3-kilometer route through the streets of Seoul, has long been a traditional centerpiece of the event, which also includes a variety of cultural events, displays, and performances at Buddhist temples and public venues. Described as the largest festival of its kind in the world, with visitor numbers exceeding 350,000 people in some years, including locals and tourists. The annual celebration can be interpreted as sharing the light of wisdom, compassion, and peace with the world, as well as hopes and wishes for happiness and social harmony. In December of 2020, the festival was confirmed as an intangible cultural heritage during the 15th session of the UNESCO Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage. South Korea is now home to 21 UNESCO Intangible Heritage Assets, including traditional Korean wrestling, the making and sharing of kimchi, the folk song Ari Ring, the royal ancestral rites and ritual music of the Jeomyo Shrine, and Pansori narrative folk songs. By assigning intangible cultural heritage status, UNESCO aims to help protect traditions, knowledge, and skills that have been passed on through generations, so that they are not lost or forgotten with the passage of time. The Lantern Festival has a history that stretches back more than 1,200 years to Korea's ancient Silla period. According to census data for 2015, the majority of South Korea's population, 56%, holds no religious affiliation today. Christians make up the largest population segment at 27.6%, while Buddhists account for 15.5%. South Korea is often overlooked by people around the world studying Buddhist history. Nonetheless, it has been and continues to be a source of rich tradition and history and modern innovations in global outreach. Earlier this month, we reported on Venerable Jeongkwan Sunim, a Korean nun who has won global acclaim for her exquisite Buddhist vegetarian cuisine. And we report regularly on the Korean humanitarian organization Join Together Society, or JTS, led by Venerable Ponyum Sunim, as they promote peace, welfare, and good health around the world. And Venerable Ponyum Sunim offers regular Dharma talks hosted by BDG's YouTube channel. As always, we'll have links to this week's main news story and recent coverage of Buddhism in South Korea in the description below. Use the comments below to let us know what you think about Korean Buddhism in the world today. And as always, be sure to check out our website, buddhistdoor.net, for more on this story, as well as other news and features about Buddhism around the world.